Hey guys, today we're going to be going over how to learn Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. This song took me 6 takes to record or cover all the way through, and we're in drop C, so that is C, G, C, F, A, D. So let's get tuned and let's get started. Alright guys, so now that we're tuned, I'll be going over the song structure. It's intro, verse, chorus, bridge, solo. There's like a re-entry back to the verse chorus part, and then there's an outro. Like I said, the song took me 6 takes to learn all the way through. Not that hard of a song, just the guitar solo might be difficult, and also the bridge part. I have Nick Nocturnal's cover with tabs on it pulled up for you guys, and I also have my cover pulled up so we can play along with mine. I learned this back when I was in high school, so 4 to 8 years ago. So my way of playing this song is a little bit different from Nick's. I'm just going to point out where it's a little bit different, and you guys can determine if you want to play it with Nick's tab or you can play with my way. I think my way is pretty accurate. So yeah, we'll jump straight into it. I'll play the intro for you guys, and then we'll go through the tabs and some of the other stuff that I thought might be important for you guys to know or note. So that's the intro part. It's basically the same, or like a combination of our verse and our chorus. So we're going to go over that, and you guys are going to be like, oh, this is exactly the same as the verse and chorus, or pretty close, and it is. So, yeah, like I said, it's like a mash in my notes. So I have delay pedal, and I have a flanger on for this song. When I did the recording, I did it through Ableton, obviously, so I had reverb and delay on, I believe. So a little bit different, a little brighter of a sound. The flanger sometimes doesn't make it as bright, but for effect, so you guys can hear, I wanted something on it, so I'm using the flanger. And then I'll go through this with Nick's tab at like 75% speed, so you guys can play along with that. Read the tabs, you know. Hopefully I didn't, yeah, of course. I think it's time to invest in a new computer. It's time to invest in a new computer. Okay, so Nick actually plays this really different from me, but like I said, I can't really find an accurate tab, and Nick Nocturnal is usually doing a good job. But he does too, so something like that, but I do. I think that sounds better, so. So the notes are the same, except like the fingering for your left hand is the same, but just the picking pattern is a little bit different. So I'll play that super slow for you guys. You can determine if you want to play it Nick's way or my way. But it's the same timing and everything. It's just that I'm playing extra notes on the G string and the D string, but that would be C and F respectively. But instead, so. Another thing, this hammer and pull off, so when you're up here, you're just gonna be barring anyways, right? So they can just go, and I'm not moving my pointer finger at all. I'm just hammer on because I got a bar. So that's like the main intro part. Then when we go to the second half of the intro, we're going to play along with Nick again at 75% speed, and then I'll go over some stuff with you guys. Let's go! Also records his videos a lot louder than me, I realize, so I might have to turn him down a little bit. But for the double stops, I say this for every video. So if you guys watch these videos like constantly, or like watch them, have kept track, this is episode 14 out of episode 14. So I've definitely mentioned this before, but if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'll mention it again. So for the muting, you can see I'm picking like a madman, right? Right, it's almost like I'm getting every string. But you can only hear the, right? So, one thing, pointer finger, muting the 6th string there. So even if I can't really hear it, right? And then the other thing, also, pointer fingers muting that. You could also have your pinky or your third finger mute that if you really want to go ham. But I prefer to use my pinky for the double stops. I feel like I can move my hand around a little bit more. That might get taken out of context. But, so yeah. So. And then the pinky's also doing the 2nd string, and then the 1st string getting got by the pointer finger. And that's how you get only 2 notes out of 6 strings to play. So yeah, cool, very cool. So then we're gonna go into the verse. The only thing that I have is the second half's a little bit different from the main riff, or the main riff that we just learned. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit of variation. Nick does it different than I do, so we're just going to play along with my cover, and Nick's too loud anyways. So we're going to come back to him in a bit, but I'm going to play this for you guys first, all the way through, at 75% speed, then I'll play it, then I'll explain stuff, and then I'll play it at normal speed. So yeah, there's that. So like I said, the second part's a little bit different. Nick's tab is a little off from how I play it. So if you guys can look at the tab. I'll link it in the description. But I'm gonna play it the way that I learned way back when I was in high school. I learned this mostly by ear. I'm pretty sure I had help from my guitar teacher as well. And I think we found a tab. But this part specifically, we're like, this is not the same. For the longest time, I just played it the same, like the first half of the riff, or the first half of the clean part, the same throughout the whole song, and I didn't do the variation. But then one time, brought in my guitar teacher, he's like, that doesn't sound the same. And I'm like, holy crap, it doesn't. So, we're going, we're not moving much. It's a little bit easier, actually, so... So, like I said, barring like we were over here. Like that. I think Nick is like up here or something. But I don't hear that like lower note change when I'm listening to the song. I think it sounds like that. But there's definitely, we're definitely going down the scale the second half. But yeah, let's go ahead and play that at full speed. I'm sure you guys can do this. And if you can't, just play it at 75% speed, slowly up. YouTube now does it in increments of 0.05. So play it at where it's moderately difficult, and then just up it slowly as you guys get it. I feel like I should mention before we move to the next section, there is that harmonic part. That's just the second and third string on the 5th fret. Just like that. So yeah. If you guys aren't familiar with how to do a harmonic, you don't want to press your finger all the way down, and you want it on the bar, the higher one. So like I say, 5th fret, it's the higher bar on the 5th fret, and then you go. And then the 12th fret's the easiest one to do this. So if you guys aren't familiar with harmonics, you just gotta just like that. And then once you get your technique down with your 12th fret, you can move to the 5th fret, and it's exactly the same technique. So yeah, this is more like a pre-chorus, I guess, but we're gonna lump it with the chorus. I kind of forgot about this part. So we'll play along with it, and then I don't really think there's much to say about it. Just vibrato. Put a little pizzazz in it. You'll see when I play Yeah, so not too bad. I think pretty straightforward. I really cranked the vibrato on that one. And then this I did a little bit differently because I obviously did the harmonies later in this cover, but I used to do it. But after relearning it, I think it's right to be 7, 9, 10. So like that. So yeah. Let's go into the chorus then. Not too hard. That's the notes I have. Woo! Not too hard. So yeah. Just gonna play it along with you guys at full speed. Just so you guys have something to play along with. Alright, and then second verse and second chorus, exactly the same as the first ones. There are no differences. And you can quote me on that. They're exactly the same. Once you learn the first two, the second two are exactly the same. So we're going to go now to the bridge. I feel like I'm dragging on a little bit. So, this is the same thing. Going to play it at 75% speed. Going to go over the stuff and play it at full speed for you. I guessed that so well, actually. I'm very proud of myself. Man, oh man, that was like right on. There we go. I really need to fix that jack, man. It's the slightest touch and it stops working. However, okay, so I have the dullas, so it's and as you can see, I was struggling at the start because I couldn't hear it that well, probably because my computer sucks and the jack doesn't work. However, so that is the main thing, is that first part you gotta really just lock in and like your inner metronome's gotta be straight on, especially if you're playing it live, because it's literally just guitar playing, so you gotta be on. And then once the drums and the other guitar come in, then it's a little bit easier to find. But when I was recording this, that part specifically was a little bit more difficult, just because it's like I got nothing to work with, you know. It's just the backing track, and it's like yeah. All right, then obviously there's a harmony. I'll show you guys both of the harmonies. Nick, what does Nick do? Nick. Okay, he does the higher one. So I already knew the lower one, so I used Nick's cover for the higher one. So lower one is, first part is the 4th string, 10, 9, and 7. So and then 5, 3, and 2, and then on the 5th string, I think. Oh, I lied. 3 and 5. It's more like at this point the song's a muscle memory thing, so that's my bad. And I think I do that part differently than him too, so I'm going on a bar chord on the 5th and 4th string, and then I'm taking my pointer finger off, like that. So yeah, and then the upper one, next tab, so it's and the second part's the same, except we don't go up or down to the 5th string, we just go. But I will be playing the one that I originally learned, or the harmony that I originally learned from now on. So yeah. What else do we have? Bass note in between. That's something that I added. I didn't know, or like I didn't do that originally. I was doing. But Nick adds it, and I think that's right. So. Like that, so. And then last thing, I keep looking at the solo. Too far so far. And the last part is at the end, I kind of skipped that a little bit, but I brought it back. Gosh dang. Well, so at the end when it's going, with my breath I'm choking, will this ever end? I'm hoping my world is over one more time. And then I go here, but you can go same chord. But I feel like the chord progression and the way we're going with the bar chords, it just makes sense to play there. And then when you go to the solo, you're going, rather than, it's a little bit of a less of a jump to get to the solo. So personally, I'm doing a good old drop tuning bar chord on the 7 instead. Alright, so we're gonna play this at full speed for you guys, and then we'll get to the solo. And then guitar solo. So this one's not the worst guitar solo we've gone over. Last week's was a lot worse. I would say hardest part's this first part that we're gonna play 75% speed, obviously. But it's a really short solo. I think once you get past, I think this is Page's solo. Yeah, and then Tuck solo is not that bad. So we're gonna play 75% speed. I got some picking stuff for you guys and some other stuff for that first part that'll hopefully make it a little bit easier to play. But yeah. We'll pull up Nick's cover, even though he's so loud. Oh, perfect. I am doing so great with the pulling up the right times in the songs, and then I'm just guessing. So, like I said, first part's probably the hardest part. We're picking, but you want to move as little as possible. So I'm down picking here, and then I'm up picking there, right? And then I'm down picking, and then up. So you're in the pocket a little bit, you know? You're in between the first and second string. You're just going down, up, down, up, down, up. And then with the left hand, as you can see, I'm not picking up my third finger again because I need it again. So, and then I'm barring. So that makes it a lot easier to play this fast. So, like that. And the second part's same, except you're going down one more part of the scale. And then, honestly, the hardest part about this is getting the bends and then resetting back to your bar, like, bar position, in my opinion. And then that's just going down the minor pentatonic scale, guys. And then I'll play. Then the solo part of this, Nick did a great job, honestly. So then we're doing the sweep thing. Maybe I'll get the third time. Almost. That's a little bit do, I guess. So like I said, Page's solo is a little bit more difficult. So this picking for the sweep, I'm doing right, the typical down, 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 then up, and then I'm doing this next one down. So. And then down. I'm messing this up a lot. Back in my day when I was in high school, I flubbed this sweep so bad. It was like that. It was like that. Honestly, yeah. So I think muscle memory is still making me do the flub part, even though I can play this sweep. There we go. So yeah. So the only weird part is the. Oh, and since it's like this, the second part, so I'm switching. Like that, and that makes the slide a lot easier, in my opinion. So rather than, I don't like a second, third, fourth kind of game. I like a same with the double stops. So yeah, like that, and then tremolo picking. I have we're not moving our wrist, we're moving our elbow. So. Like that, you want to angle your pick a little bit so it really just the edge like skims on and off of it. Gonna add some squealies. And then that part, just hammer on pull up, guys. And then the last part, you probably. Plays that different. Why are we moving all that way? Just play bar chords. Just play bar chords, guys. So we're going 10, 7, and then 10 again, 13, 12, 10, so, and then 8. So much easier than whatever the heck he's doing. I feel like that's a lot of moving around. So yeah. For 2 fingers. You guys are gonna like me for that part. Just like that. Just like that. So we're gonna play the solo at full speed with you guys, and we're gonna do my cover, obviously. Oh, well, that's at 75% speed, and that's after the solo. So that's not good. That's not helpful. then afterwards, it's basically just review, honestly. So we're gonna play it. I'm gonna play it all the way through actually for you guys. I don't think there's anything else we really need to go over. The harmony at the lead at the end, but we're almost done. You guys got through the hardest part so far. This clean part here is the second half, so we're going. Okay, and then so yeah, I'll just play all the way through. We'll go over that harmony part at the end, but really, your guys are almost there. And then that's it. So yeah, want to double check also that re-entry part for you guys. I didn't go over the tab there. So 1 second. Okay, Nick plays it a little differently. We'll go over that part too. So instead of going down to 7, I'm going on the 5th string, and then he does that part the same as me, and then that's down again. And like I said, he does the like that. All right. So then we're gonna go over both the harmonies. So first harmony that I played through the first time is on the 3rd and 2nd string, on the 7th and 9th fret to start. So, and that bend I go down just a little quick, and then 7, and then back to 5th, and then we're going. And that's 4, 5, and 7 there. Just like that. And a lot of beginner guitarists, or I feel like even some good guitarists, some technically great guitarists, they don't put emotion or like bend, like vibrato on their bends or anything. Like, give it some pizzazz, guys. This is a song about like heartbreak and stuff. Like, why wouldn't you why wouldn't you just put a little bit extra oomph into that bend? Or when you're holding this note, why would you just like do this? It adds so much, you know? And like, I don't know, the small things make great songs. Also, they make like covers or live sets of those covers also great. So adding that stuff might be the difference between someone saying, yeah, they're good, but it's nothing too spectacular, to like, oh my god, that guitarist like is really good. He like adds the little things, and people nitpick the little things. This video is getting really long, so I'm gonna wrap you guys up real quick. Other than that, we got the fourth string on the 9th fret, then 10, and then another little bend, like that, and then 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. And then the end part is just the bridge part, intro, like the start of the bridge part again. So it's, then you can pick one of the harmonies. And then that's the end of the song. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to say this at the start, so hopefully you guys don't click away right away. But if you guys have any questions, I do check these videos often enough. So if you have any questions or you think I missed anything, please leave them in the comments and I will respond like within a couple days. So yeah, and I'll even upload one of the videos I did in the past. Someone asked a question and for a video, and I added an unlisted video for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, I will help you guys with these. But yeah, other than that, we're to 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you subscribe. Go check out the other how to learn videos so you guys can learn some more songs. If you guys like covers, you can watch my cover of this song or practice along with it. Helps with my view count and retention rate and stuff too, and I think they're pretty good covers. I also do reactions to songs, so if you guys want to see me react to the songs, yep, leave those in the comments down below. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you stayed this long in the video. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.